Critical Ukrainian infrastructure, the target of an overnight barrage by Russia. Moscow also saying that it'll slash oil output in retaliation for Western sanctions. And more on that top story. Russia has fired a fresh wave of missiles on Ukraine, Kyiv claiming 2 of them crossed the airspace of Romania, a member of NATO. However, the Romanian Defence Ministry says that the rockets entered neighbouring Moldova and didn't reach Romania. Moldova is summoning Russia's ambassador to express its outrage. That's the air raid alarm blaring in Kyiv as Russian missiles flew at the capital. Explosions have been heard in the city. Officials say air defence systems are operating and people are sheltering in metro stations. Emergency power cuts also in place to prevent serious damage to electricity supply. Warning sirens also sounding across the country. Ukraine's energy minister says that the rockets hit power facilities in 6 regions, causing outages. The city of Zaporizhia reportedly saw its heaviest missile attack since the start of the war. 17 rocket strikes within an hour. Some areas are without power. The attacks come a day after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited European countries to push for long-range weapons. For more, Will Denslow joins us. He's live in Kyiv. Will, explosions were heard in Kyiv today. Tell us what you saw.
Yeah, well, like everyone here in Kyiv, we received the air alert systems. We could hear them outside our apartments and hotels about 8:30 a.m. Local time. Like so many in the city, went to the basement where I was for the next 3.5 hours while the air alerts were ongoing, just checking for updates. Now, my colleague here was in an apartment building and heard what is believed to be a loud explosion, believing it was the air defence system in progress. It's believed, according to officials here in this city, that some 10 missiles were shot down over Kyiv. We've heard from Vitaly Klitschko, the mayor of Kyiv. He says that debris from one of those missiles damaged a roof and a car. And of course, as you rightly mentioned, Dawn, there were missiles seen across a number of regions in Ukraine, and of course very much speaks to an intensification that we've seen in these missiles as well as drones being fired so far on Friday, that, as we've heard from some officials, could be unprecedented in certain regions when it comes to the sheer number of missiles that have been launched so far this Friday.
Will, Ukraine claims that 2 of those Russian cruise missiles crossed Romanian airspace, but Romania, of course, a member of NATO. One would imagine this would be something of a concern for the alliance. Is it?
Absolutely. Of course, there was that early speculation that Russian missiles had crossed into Romanian airspace, ergo into NATO airspace. That has, of course, now been rebuffed from Romania's defence ministry, stating that a cruise missile passed within 35 kilometres of its airspace. That just shows the huge amount of proximity, though, to a NATO power, of course, will be a concern. When it comes to the barrage of missiles and drones we've seen here on Friday, we've heard from Ukrainian officials, one taking to social media saying that without fast action from Ukraine's allies, without long-range missiles, without tanks, without jets, those are the best ways to stop what he called it, Russia's attempt at committing genocide. Dawn?
Will, thank you for that update. Will Denslow there in Kyiv.